The funding for this video is provided by the amazing members of my Patreon. Also contributions from viewers like you. Thank you. Yeah, I started from PBS Kids. What you gonna do? Fight me? Anyway, roll the video. Okay, I'm going to say this before we even get into anything else with this video. I don't want people to take my video about this series as me telling you not to watch this series. All I am saying is that this show isn't for me, but that does not take away from there being value to this series. Everybody has different individual tastes, and that is why we need variety within our media. Okay, y'all got that? Okay, because I don't want people thinking that I'm sitting here and shitting on another black woman, because that's absolutely not what it is. I'm just talking about my thoughts and opinions on this series. All right, let's continue. Hey y'all, it's Harriana back with another video. Hi, hello, how are you doing? My name is Harriana and welcome back to The Pirate Ship, also known as Harriana's Pirate Ship. I'm the captain, you are not my first mate. I'm not the first mate because you want to know why. Bring your ear closer to the speaker so you can hear me clearly. No one's worthy of being the first mate. But hi, hello, how are you doing? My name is Harriana and I like to make content based on nostalgia and family and children's entertainment and all the issues that I find within those spaces. Today, we are here to talk about, oh my god, yes, the new series on Adult Swim, and how I have some mixed opinions on it. Some opinions that people aren't necessarily going to like, but I feel like we need to have a bit of a nuanced discussion about this, because I'm very vocal about how black women need more of a space in the animation community, because this is a community that forgets a lot about us, and now that we have a series where we are the main characters, and I just have some thoughts and opinions on it. Long story short, this series isn't for me. But just because the series isn't for me doesn't mean that there isn't still value to it. Before we get started, I just want to do a quick little shameless plug. Me and my good friend Amaya Janelle, we self-published 2 essay collections. The first one is called Do Not Call Me Sis, a collection of essays about fandom, misogynoir, ableism, entertainment, and white feminism. And we have published the second part of that series titled You Still Cannot Call Me Sis, because yes, we always do have something to say. If you are interested in listening to 2 black women's thoughts and opinions on the world, on Western animation, anime, live action television, Sam Levinson, Thomas Ashbrook, Tyler Perry, all of those things, check out our books. The link to them will be down below. You can get them both from our website at harrianahook.com. Now let's go ahead and continue on with today's subject matter. So today we're going to talk about, oh my god, yes, a series of totally relatable circumstances, and it is one of the newer Adult Swim series, along with their other new shows that they had in the lineup. This is the only new show in Adult Swim's lineup that I had some type of interest in watching, and that has to do with the fact that the main lead characters were 3 different black women, and they all look different. They all had different body types, different skin tones, different hairstyles, and I really did appreciate to see that body diversity there. Mind you, this isn't the only Adult Swim series that recently has like a new black lead. I was a really big fan of Invincible Fight Girl, which is about a girl named Andy and how she wants to be a professional wrestler. I really do like that series. I think it's super duper cute. I really do hope it gets renewed for a second season. But those are one of the newer shows that they have introduced with a black female lead. Oh my god, yes. I wasn't necessarily all that interested in it when I saw the pilot, but I did see that there was potential there. The main character in this series annoyed the hell out of me. I don't know what it is about her. She just irritated me so bad. Mainly because it's just, I don't know. I think it has a lot to do with the pacing of these episodes, but it's like she is making really, really bad decisions in this short span of time. I think the pacing is part of the reason why I was just kind of about the series. The one character with the blue hair, really did enjoy her. The one with the shorter hair, I liked her to a certain extent, but it's like she just kind of went with the flow with everything. But when it comes to that pilot that came out, I was so on it. But then once the series actually came out, I didn't want to full on judge a show by its pilot, because I always tell myself don't judge a series by its pilot. The more I watched it, I was not feeling it. I could not lie to myself. This was something that simply was not for me. And sometimes when it comes to work made by Black people, specifically Black women, I feel some type of way about it when I don't particularly enjoy the material that was created, because Black women, we literally have it hard in pretty much every industry in this world, especially in the animation industry, because this is an industry where we feel very much invisible. I always talk about how there's technically only one animated film about a Black woman to this day, and that is The Princess and the Frog, and it came out in 2009. I know we have Chicho and Rita, but that's like a duo. Like, they're both technically the main character of that film. But I'm talking about individual. It's The Princess and the Frog. And while I was feeling some type of way about, oh my god, yes, it's one thing in particular that I did notice about it, is that I noticed that there was a lot of care put into this series. And when I went and looked at the creator's interview for it, I saw how passionate she was about it. And I asked myself, was I being too hard on the show? Was I really getting mad at myself for not really being interested in this? And I had a talk with some of my friends in the Black cartoon community. Y'all know them. Y'all know like Tariq, man, all of them. I did have a talk with them, and they said that the series is very similar to other Adult Swim shows, and the main one in particular that they said it reminded them of was Aqua Teen Hunger Force. And they said it's basically just Aqua Teen Hunger Force but with Black women. I'm not a fan of Aqua Teen Hunger Force. I actually don't like that series. So knowing that that is similar to that show, it makes a bit of sense as to why I was not the biggest fan of it. But just because I don't like this one particular series, it doesn't mean that the show shouldn't exist. Guess what? It just means that I'm not the targeted audience for it. And that's okay. Not everything is going to be catered to me individually. But just because something isn't catered to me individually doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad. There are tons of things that I adore and I think are amazing, and people are not the biggest fan of them. Because anybody that's known me recently, that I watched the Pretty Please I Don't Want to Be a Magical Girl pilot, and I even cosplayed Hoshi, the star guardian of the series. And there are some people that weren't feeling the series all that much, even though the show was genuinely received well by the public. And that's because everyone has taste that are different from everyone else. And that's the thing where I'm just talking about like the depth of personal taste, and how a lot of people don't technically know how to think for themselves about the type of media that they are thrown at. And I've seen, like, reading around online, I have noticed that a lot of other Black women were talking about how they want to like Oh My God Yes, but the show isn't necessarily for them. But then there are other Black women out here that love that type of humor. They really do enjoy that science fiction thing that it has going on, the crazy wacky adventures that just involve Black women, because there are plenty of other tales out here of stories of 3 friends just doing wacky and crazy things. We can even date this back to the Looney Tunes, because that's literally what it was, just them characters making bad decisions. But just because a show isn't necessarily for me doesn't mean that it's bad. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I would like a lot of us have a hard time acknowledging that something isn't technically bad if we don't like it all that much. Because I'm somebody that'll be quick to tell you that a lot of the shit that I like ain't good. Like, I would literally sit here and admit that there's a lot of things that are super duper bad, but I will admit that I enjoy them. But then I feel like when we have the discussion about things being good but they don't particularly wrap our interest, it's a different subject. And I feel like the main movie that I feel this way towards would have to be The Piano. I think The Piano was a very well done film. Okay, we had to watch The Piano for class. I had watched it a few years before, so when I found out I had to watch that shit again for school, I was really angry. Piano, amazing film. Do I like it? No, I can't stand the movie. And then there are films that I don't think are particularly all that amazing that I love to death. And let's just bring up Chicken Little, because I have talked about numerous times about how Chicken Little irritates me a lot with certain writing choices that it had and the way it wrote certain characters, and I cannot stand the way they wrote the father-son relationship in this movie. Like, it makes me mad. But I still genuinely do enjoy Chicken Little because it's entertaining as hell. I'm sorry, it's funny. And me disliking Oh My God Yes doesn't automatically mean that it's a bad show. Some things are for you and some things aren't, and that's fine. And I feel like when it comes to being a black person and really wanting to find more works with people that look like you do feel a bit of disappointment when you don't like everything that has a black character in it, a black main character in it specifically. But then I also had to sit myself down and remember that there are tons of other black projects out here that I enjoy that have a black female lead with them. I think a lot of my disappointment with me not particularly liking Oh My God Yes really has to do with the fact that we don't really have much when it comes to black women being the lead in animated series. And because of this is why I think variety is important. There are so many animated series out here where the main character is a white man. And I even say this with anime. We don't even really have that much anime to pick from where one of the main characters is a black woman. Like, we have Michiko and Hachi, and that shit came out like in like 2011. Long time ago. And then we had Great Pretender, and while that one character is one of the main characters of the series, she's not the central character. She's not the main focus. It is nice that a show like Oh My God Yes is allowed to exist, as it is similar to Aqua Teen Hunger Force. And even though I don't like Aqua Teen Hunger Force, I know plenty of other black people that love that series. So I am happy for those who enjoy this to have this one show. But things like this is why I think it is important that we have more diversity, because while black women don't really have that much when it comes to animation, I feel like we just can't limit everything down to this one thing, because people like to write us off as ungrateful. And I'm like, no, I think you should give more black women the opportunity to tell their stories. This is why range is important. This is why it's important to have like a good media diet. We shouldn't fit everything into one size fits all. But yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Oh My God Yes, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I want the show to do poorly. I do want the show to continue. I do want the show to have a second season, mainly because I want the audience that show was made for to enjoy that. But also, I do think it's important that we have other different types of animated series where black women are the lead to pick from. That is why I think it matters. And that's pretty much all I gotta say for this video. I didn't want to necessarily make it too long, mainly because I only watched a few episodes of that series, and because I didn't watch it in full, I feel like I can't judge it completely, but I was able to judge it based on what I saw and realized I didn't want to see no more of it. That's pretty much all I had to say for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to go to my website if you're interested in my books, all of that. Make sure to follow my Instagram. That's where I post a lot of my cosplay stuff and all that jazz. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Have a great day, night, whatever time of day you chose to watch this video. I'm just thankful that you watched it with the ads on. All right, thank you. Goodbye.